Welcome to the 2300 Pick 6 podcast. I'm your host, Dave Walker, about to do Week 15 picks with Joe Law. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing pretty good, Walker. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good myself, too. Just getting ready for later on tonight. Got a TV on, have Collision on because they're in Cardiff, Wales tonight. Then watch Saturday's main event, and then hope the weather stays good. So for football, because if it is, because we're supposed to get some snow, they said.
Yeah, that's what they said, but we know how that goes with the weather people.
Yeah.
I think they love to make people run to the store for bread and milk more than they actually get the weather right.
Yeah, because most of the time they get it wrong anyway. So I'm just preparing. I didn't think it was going to be like some big snowstorm. I think it's probably going to be like what happened last Friday, where it just snowed and probably be some rain. That's what I'm just thinking.
Pretty much.
That's what
I find that funny how people run to the store and get bread and milk, but if the snow and everything knocks out your power.
Yeah.
Ain't that going to ruin the milk?
That's going to. Yeah, that's going to ruin the milk because you have no refrigerator. Because that's what's the power is what's keeping the food cool and the milk cold.
Exactly. Unless you put it outside.
Yeah. Or unless unless you got a generator, that's another thing too. But I never understood that too. Why people make their essentials getting bread, milk, and eggs and all that.
Exactly. I always thought that was weird.
I've always found that a little quirky to me. So before we start, the first thing is the struggles of Philadelphia, who are on a 3-game losing streak. After what happened Monday night, the Chargers pulled off the victory in overtime with the game-winning field goal by Cameron Dicker. Out of what I saw, Jalen Hurts had a very, very bad game, committing 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, and 1 fumble. And then A.J. Brown tried his best out there. 2 of those where he should have got. One was where he dropped, which was the opening drive where he could have had a touchdown. And then the other one where he was being held, where he couldn't get the game winner in overtime. What do you think of all that?
One, the Eagles should have won that game Monday night. But again, here we are talking about the offense because our quarterback can't do his job at all. He doesn't like to run anymore. That's obvious because since he was minus for 4 yards, it's a joke. If it's him not wanting to run because he doesn't want to get hurt, well then that's like 50% of his offense.
Yeah.
He ain't a pocket passer.
No.
I don't know what is it with these teams and these quarterbacks that come out from college that are running. What got you to the dance, and then all of a sudden you will decide you want to be like a Dan Marino or a Peyton Manning or Tom Brady. You want to start being a pocket passer instead of doing what got you to the dance.
Yeah, because that's the same way I used to do with Dak Prescott and the Cowboys at the time where Dak wouldn't run as much. They keep him in the pocket. And I said, he's not a pocket passer. He needs to use his legs. And there's always times they used to say, oh, Dak's acting like a pussy when he doesn't run.
Exactly.
And the same thing right now going with Jalen is right now, okay, if he's not using legs run, he's acting like a pussy, he's just staying in the pocket.
Exactly, because he got his money. And on top of that, Jalen doesn't read right. I mean, there's guys wide open, and he only looks at his first target, and that's why he's going. Like, he's in the huddle. He's throwing to the guy that the play's for. Like, if it's from Brown or Smitty, that's who he's going to no matter what. You can have 4 guys wide open and 6 guys on Brown, and he'll still throw the ball to Brown when he had Smith, Goddard, and Barkley all wide open having a picnic, and he'll still miss them.
Yeah.
Don't even throw their way. It's ridiculous how the defense is giving them. It's ridiculous. The Eagles don't use their depth guys to help them out more. Like Dotson should be getting a whole lot more, but they don't use them. A.J. Dillon, I don't know why he signed here. They're not even dressing him to help him out.
No.
Tank Big Feet, they don't give him the rock to give Barkley a couple of rests and, to give him a breather or two. The coaching staffs are idiots. They had 10 days to prepare for that game Monday night. They look lost because this is like Nick Sirianni's garbage-ass high school offense, and he's protecting his best friend because he probably has a Christmas party at his house next week. which is ridiculous. And, it's a joke how this offense, with all this talent, and they have all this money on the offense, and they can't. And the offensive line looks like they don't know what the hell they're doing. Mailata looks like this is his first year playing in the NFL. It's so good that,
Jalen can't. Yeah, the offense cannot capitalize off it. Yeah, because the Eagles' defense was doing good throughout that whole game, getting to Herbert, and they did get some turnovers too. But then after that, okay, when we got to overtime, like I said, the second crucial thing was Jake Elliott missing at the end of the second quarter. Because if he would have got that field goal, okay, then there's the point where we're preventing an overtime.
Yeah, well, like I told you, Jake Elliott sucks. He's garbage. I was never a Jake Elliott fan. He's lost it. He's missed 6 field goals and 3 extra points in the last 5. He's garbage.
Yeah.
He got his money too, and now all of a sudden he forgets how to kick. Nick Sirianni lost his balls because he never goes for anything anymore. He has 2 timeouts. You could try to move the ball down the field to try to get some points. Mm-hmm. This idiot, the past 4 games, wants to rather have the clock run out when you have all this time left because his offense looks lost. And then on top of that, in overtime, your defense was just out there and they're gassed. And you won the toss.
And he elected to kick.
The ball to get the ball to start the half.
Yeah.
No, your dumbass is, we'll kick it. That's what we want.
Because I shook my head at that too, and I'm like, oh my God, why would you do that? I know the overtime rule has changed. Both teams have to have a chance at it. But I would have took the ball first if it were me, and I'd be like, okay, hey, I'm going to score first. I'm going to get this touchdown first. Now, pending where I'm at, I'm going to say pending where I'm at, I'll just take the 3 points.
Well, anyone knows if you get it, you score. The other team has a shot. If they score, guess what? You still get the ball back to go for the game-winning.
Yeah, to go for the winner, because at that point, if both of y'all score, then it's okay. First one scores wins.
Well, no, that's only on defense.
Oh,
the first one scored because they changed the rules this year.
Oh, that's right.
If the offense scores a touchdown, the other team still has a shot to.
No, I'm talking about the second go around. If both would have scored the second go,
Yeah. After that, whatever you get, field goal or touchdown, you would win the game.
Yeah.
It's just stupid shit like that. This coaching staff is a joke. I've never been a Nick Sirianni fan. Every time you ask him something, he's giving you he doesn't go to the question that you answer. He gives you a 60-paragraph answer of, the water boy came and gave us this and gave us that, and it's like, wait, who asked that?
No, oh my God.
A question.
Yeah, because I know after that game, I heard Seth Joyner, and he was pissed too. He reached his highest level of passivity, and he was like, I ain't even going to lose my blood pressure on this. Because I know Derek Gunn had already stated he was already picking the Chargers. He even said right then and there the week after y'all lost to the Bears, he was like, and this might anger a lot of Philadelphia people. I said, but I think we're going to lose to the Chargers, which he was right.
Yeah, how? Their offenses like this, they might lose to the Raiders tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I know I'm not going a little too far with it because I know WIP was asking they want to see Sirianni bench for Terry. I think what his name, Terry McKee.
Tanner McKee.
They wanted him in the start. The other one we were just talking about when I was watching 2 YouTube users. One was Nitro Freak saying that trade Jalen Hurts for Joe Burrow, and I would have said, if Joe Burrow had stayed healthy and he was good, I would have took that deal. But how Joe Burrow is right now, you don't know if Joe Burrow is going to be back next season if he doesn't decide to retire, because he's already contemplating retirement.
Well, I think it's just a ploy to try to,
get more money?
Cincinnati.
Okay.
He just signed a 5-year.
I was about to say, okay, I didn't know what he was trying to do here. I didn't know if he was trying to, try to get more money, or is this just a ploy?
I know it won't happen, but if Hurts ain't going to run the ball anymore because he wants to be a packet.
It's okay.
He wants to be a pocket passer.
There you go.
Without running the ball. Well, trade his ass.
I would do that if he wants to stay in the pocket because it's not helping. He needs to use his legs. And right now, okay, yes, the Eagles do have a 3 easy game. Well, we don't know come tomorrow with the Raiders. Yeah, and I know everybody can say, yeah, Pete Carroll has beaten the Eagles so many times. Yes, he has never lost against them. But we're talking about with the Seahawks. The Raiders, okay, we're talking about Kenny Pickett, Ashton Genty, and Brock Bowers. And I'll say for Jalen, he better run because if Max Crosby gets him, watch out.
Oh, that's the thing. Matt Crosby might be facing our third string tackle.
Oh, man.
Because Lane Johnson's already out for this game, even though he is pushing for it, but he's already ruled out. Fred Johnson, he's dealing with a knee injury and stuff, so he might not play. So Max Crosby will probably be dealing with our third string.
Yeah, that's what I said. Whomever it is, they've got to try to contain him because it's going to be tough sledding, whatever happens, depending how this weather is. Like we said, we don't know if we're going to get snow or not. If it's just rain, okay, that's not going to be as bad. But this depends on the conditions tomorrow night. We'll talk about the next thing is the Tampa Bay.
Well, go ahead. Just to say, the problem also with the Eagles is they have Katera in there doing stupid-ass blocking plays, and the dude sucks at blocking. It's like, why do you have a guy in there that can't block worth shit, but yet you still throw him in there? And your tight ends aren't that good besides Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goedert is the only good tight end. And unfortunately, I know he's in a free agent. I don't know if he's going to be back next year. I think this is his last year with Philly.
Most likely it is.
Yeah, I know he is very good. Yeah, like I said, y'all got some talent. Smitty, AJ, and all them. Like I said, I haven't got to the point where I'm saying, because people have asked me the question, if it gets to this point, let's say if the Eagles get 1 and done or 2 and done or whatever, is there the possibility that is he going to try to force himself out? I don't think that he will. But if he gets disgruntled and it's getting bad in training camp, oh, AJ's getting disgruntled, AJ's doing this, trade his ass.
No, because AJ's right. What he
is right. Yeah, I'm taking his side. I'm on his side in this.
Everybody was criticizing him because he came out and said what the offense is, and everyone keeps saying, oh, you shouldn't bench Jalen Hurts. He's a Super Bowl MVP. And it's like, well, guess what? That was last year. Last time I checked, that was 2024.
Yeah, and right now we're in 2025.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is 2025.
Yeah, he's a Super Bowl MVP, but guess what? He ain't playing like that.
No, he's not. He hasn't been playing like that. He hasn't been playing like that. No, he's been struggling ever since that Dallas loss.
Well, it's been before that.
Let's go before the Dallas loss. I would say maybe the first loss to the Smurfs is when it probably began. The first loss in the first meeting.
And the offense didn't look that good either.
No.
Against your team. When they came back, now granted, it was a long wait because of the lightning.
Yeah. That's all that, yeah. And we know the second week was a defense. That was different.
Yeah, against Kansas City.
Yeah, and that was and I said, look, and I can say, like I said, week 1 and week 2, you're still working out the kinks. And week 1, that was due to that lightning. And now, right now, it's getting a lot worse. And I said, look, I don't know what's going to happen with the Eagles down the road. Are they going to make it to Super Bowl? I don't know. And because that was one of my Super Bowl picks, along with Detroit. And right now, out of the 4 right now, none of them are going, because out of my picks when I started this year was Philly, Detroit, Baltimore, and Buffalo. Well, Buffalo maybe still.
Yeah, they still have a shot.
Yeah, the Bills still have a shot, but that's the thing. I don't know what's going to happen just yet down the road with Philadelphia. We're going to wait and see. Like I said, I'm going to go is by game basis looking at this. Okay, if I see that Philadelphia is doing real good, then I can go back. You know what? Yeah, there's a chance they can win a Super Bowl. But if I see it's to the point where they're stinking up the joint and I see some struggles, then there's the point I'm thinking of maybe losing in a championship, 2 and done, or worse, 1 and done. Because we don't know. We got to look at this all by a game basis here.
Yeah, we do. And this whole season, no one knows. The top contending teams aren't really the top contending
No, it's not. Nobody, like everybody predicted. Nobody could have thought, okay, Did anybody see the Chiefs fucking up? I said my piece was I said the Chiefs would not make the Super Bowl at the end of the season when I said wasn't everybody thought I was making a joke. I said no, the Chiefs ain't going to no Super Bowl next year after how badly the Eagles whipped their ass. And that Super Bowl loss is still lingering. And I'll put another part in this, and people might think I might be being funny. Ha ha. I think the day when Patrick Mahomes went to Raw, when Logan Paul took those rings, Mahomes has not been the same since then.
Well, Mahomes ain't the problem. It's his offensive line.
Yeah, I know it's the whole old line. That's the thing.
And he has no talent around him.
No.
Kelting's older,
and
he's already thinking retirement.
Yeah.
He's married to a billionaire pretty soon, so his mind is elsewhere.
Yeah, Jason. Travis. Sorry, wrong Kelsey. Sorry, Jason. I meant Travis.
Worthy, he's taken a step back. He hasn't been what he was last year.
No.
But he really fell off the map.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't done much. And Kansas City, like me and you were talking about around the trade deadline,
didn't do anything.
No run game.
Yeah.
And they even tried to make a trade to get a good running back to help them out. And I told you earlier when we were doing this in the early weeks that Kansas City won't even make the playoffs.
No, yeah, you did say that. Yeah, you did. I said not making the Super Bowl, but now, hey, it's coming to fruition. Like I said, here's the thing how this whole thing started. Week 1, when they lost to the Chargers, the knife was already getting sharpened at that point. When y'all beat them, y'all were already sharpening it some more. I'll say Jacksonville took the first stab wound. Then we'll say Buffalo got their next stab wound in. And then the last one, and I'll say Denver then got another stab wound in. We got the stab wound in. And then the final one right to the heart was Houston.
Yeah.
That was the final stab wound. And I said right now, look, I can tell you right now, Travis right now, his mind's elsewhere. Okay, you don't know, A, is he going to stay? B, is he going to leave and decide to go to another team? I don't know. And, I make a lot of jokes on Travis Kelce's escapades and cheating on Taylor, which is, I'll bring up the escapades people. Okay, week 1 when they lost in Brazil, probably with some hooker. Week 2, probably at a strip club in Kansas City. The time when they lost to the Jags with Julia Hart at the Hard Rock Hotel. I'm trying to think what else. Let's see. Denver, probably strip club there. And then Dallas, probably a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. And then again, probably to another strip club.
Yeah, I don't think Kelce would go to another team.
I don't see it. I think he more likely is going to retire.
Most likely.
I think he'll retire, do what him and his brother do the podcast, probably get a gig with either ESPN. I would say ESPN because they could try to do what the Mannings are doing with the Manning cast. I think it would probably be something. I don't know what name they would call their thing with I don't think it would be the Kelce cast. That's something they'll come up in marketing.
Nah, I mean they can't use New Heights because, I think they could use New Heights, but it's because they would be because they got to deal with Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
For their podcast.
Yeah, that's because I know they do their podcast on Prime, but I know there's the possibility they could probably do like the Mannings do. They probably could do that on Amazon, probably something like that.
Well, yeah, to answer your question earlier about Dallas Goedert, he would be a free agent next year. I think they would this is what I would do. I'd bring Goddard back.
I would bring him back. Yeah, I would do
on
that.
On a cheaper schedule. I mean, a cheaper price. And go sign Kyle Pitts because he's from Philly.
Oh, yeah, I would do that because Kyle Pitts, while you brought him up, I would say if they do decide to do that, put Dallas Goedert his ass off on Thursday Night Football, even though I didn't. Atlanta literally, I don't know what the hell's going on with Tampa because, Todd Bowles had every right to be pissed off with cussing them all out because Mike Evans was even pissed too when he came back. He was like, yo, get y'all shit together.
Well, this is the first time, I think, since week 1 that Tampa Bay actually had their whole offense together.
Yeah, this is since then.
This year.
Yeah.
You had Godwin, you had Evans, you had Bucky Irving, you had Baker, and like you said, for some reason, Cousins owns Tampa Bay.
Somehow, yeah, because he did it again. I was shocked, and I said, "Oh, Kyle Pitts had the game of his life. Kirk Cousins did good. They got that game-winning field goal, even though, yeah, it did. Even though they're not making playoffs, I don't know. Did this game help save Raheem Morris to get a stay of execution? Because I still think he might be getting fired by the end of the year. But knowing Arthur Blank, because Arthur Blank is the same way as Jerry Jones, old, both out of touch, I don't know what he'll do.
You never know. I think he'll probably stick to it with Morris.
Yeah, that's why I said there is that possibility. He could stick with him because of this win right here.
Well, yeah. I mean, Atlanta's problem has always been offensive wide receivers ever since Julio Jones and Rodney White all retired and left.
Yeah.
They really haven't had a good guy. Yeah, they got Drake London, but he's always up and down.
And Drake London's okay, and he never stays healthy at times.
No, Kyle Pitts, they don't use him right. I mean, yeah, they use the Kyle Pitts you saw Thursday is how they should have been using him his whole career down there.
Yeah.
Hey, Robinson.
And they don't use him either because they usually use him in Algier. It's mostly Algier they use.
So, and their defense is shaky. I mean, yeah, they had the number 2, number 3 pass defense for a while.
Yeah.
But after that.
Yeah, they don't have a pass rush. They don't have anything. That's where Atlanta has its struggles. And like I said, this year I didn't put Atlanta as a dark horse team. I think Atlanta's just going to mess up as usual because, okay, you don't know who your quarterback's going to be next year. Okay, once Michael Penix does come back, are you going to go back to Kirk Cousins? Or are you going to go back to Michael Penix Jr., which you invested all that money in that pick?
I think they'll go back to the young guy.
So we'll go back to Penix, basically.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Kirk Cousins is going to probably stay in Atlanta. I don't know if he's going to try to demand a trade and think, hey, let me go somewhere where I know I can get another run. Because more likely, if he was thinking, I would say to him, I would go to Indianapolis because damn shame what happened to Daniel Jones. And even though when they lost, they were starting to regress, but he was playing outstanding football. And I thought he was going to be like a comeback candidate, player of the year. But the moment when he went down and he hit it, he started cursing and he knew his leg he tore his Achilles. It was like the Colts are done. And in a bad way, they had to get done that way.
Yeah. And they also lost CJ Saucer.
They lost Sauce Gardner too. Yeah. So yeah, I said it's a damn shame that their season had to end this way.
Yeah, and they also lost Ward.
Yeah.
Big time quarterback because he's on another concussion protocol.
Yeah.
So.
And now they had to get Phillip Rivers out of retirement.
That shows you how bad the NFL is that you had to go get Phillip Rivers out of retirement. It's like I said when I said that, I'm like, well, if you're going to bring people out of retirement, why don't you go after Andrew Luck? He's younger.
Yeah, I would have got him back. He's still young and there's still a lot. Yeah, he could still come back. He could say, hey, yeah, I'll come back. I said it could have been a lot worse. They could have got Brady out of the booth.
Probably. If you want to go for someone that's up there in age like Rivers, yeah, Brady and Rivers, I believe, is the same age. Or
I think let me check. I want to check what Phillip Rivers' age is. Because I was going to say there was one time, there was another story. This was with your Eagles back in 2003. The time, when McNabb got injured, where the Eagles tried to get Troy Aikman.
Now, here's the thing: is this going to start a trend where if some guys still think they have it, that teams would actually probably bring them back as a backup quarterback or to be a starter?
Yeah, because I was going to bring that story up because that was a story that nobody knew about with Troy Aikman. Okay, so Phillip Rivers is 44. Tom Brady is 48.
Well, Tom Brady would still be good at 48.
Oh, yeah, right? Tom Brady would still have been doing good. Tom Brady probably would have turned chicken shit into chicken salad right there.
Most likely. and he never ran anyway, so he would just have to stay there and throw the ball.
Yeah, but there's a difference. He was a pocket passer, and he was a good pocket passer. Yeah, and I'm not taking any shade on Tom Brady. Yeah,
well, there's also reports that you remember Patrick Willis?
Yeah, I remember him.
That he retired way too early. It was like a stud linebacker for the 49ers.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he was a stud.
He said he would come back if the Niners want him for a run in the playoffs.
I'd take it. Hey, the Niners are fighting for a playoff spot. They're right now at 6. They right now are, because you got a 3-way race in the NFC West between. I think it's more likely going to be between the Rams and the Seahawks come next Thursday. That is going to be the decider who wins that game. Because with those two, okay, if you look at the Rams schedule, they got a tough home game against Detroit this Sunday. Then they got a short week. Then they got 3 days. They got to take on Seattle. Then after that, they have to play. Let me see what the Rams schedule is. Because I know that
the Lions Sunday,
yep.
And they play the Seahawks Thursday.
Yeah. Because I know they have it very, very short. So they play tomorrow. They play Detroit. Then they play the Seahawks on Thursday night. Then the finale of Monday Night Football against Atlanta in Atlanta. And then the final game is against the Cardinals.
Yes.
So pretty much is they wouldn't have the one locked up yet. I think they won't have that one locked up until they either beat Seattle or win out. So I think there is the possibility they're going to have their starters in the end of that game against the Cardinals if they don't have the 1 seed at that time.
Right.
Because I'm going to say right now for candidates for the Sunday night finale, I'll say my candidates is probably going to be, I think would be Detroit and Chicago, where that could be a win and in situation, basically. Because Chicago's schedule, because the North is very heating up right now. Chicago's schedule is not very easy because they have to play Cleveland this Sunday. Yes, even though the Browns have a bad record, the Browns do actually have a good defense. Then you have to play the Packers again, this time in Chicago, and you're going to have Romeo Odunze back for that one, because I know that's the excuse they're probably going to use. Oh, we didn't have Odunze because he was out. Well, y'all were doing pretty good without him, but until Caleb threw an interception, a game-sealing one, which he shouldn't have thrown, with all that room, he should have just ran for the touch. But I know he probably saw Cole Kmet open. He's like, hey, Kmet's open. I can get this easy touchdown. No, Keyshawn Mix jumped the route and then picked it off.
Exactly.
And then they have Detroit in Chicago. So that right there is going to be a little bit tough. Green Bay right now, they got a tough one on Sunday going into Denver's one. Then on Saturday night, they play up against Chicago. Then they have to play. Let me see who the next game for the Pack before it is. That's what I want to check.
Okay.
That's what I want to see who it is. Because I know it's Denver tomorrow. Then they play on the 27th, the night of World's End, against the Green Bay Packers, against Baltimore at home. And then the finale is against the Minnesota Vikings. So in essence, they have 2 tough games. That Ravens game, because the way how Baltimore has been playing and the way how that division is, the Bengals legitimately still have a shot. They just have to win out. And right now, Pittsburgh even though TJ Watt suffered a punctured lung, prayers up for you, man. I hope you're doing better. I'm going to say my piece on this is whoever wins that division is going to get one and done. Whomever it may be, if it's the Steelers, if it's the Ravens, or even the Bengals.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's how it would be.
Yeah, because I really thought that the Ravens were going to beat Pittsburgh, but no, Pittsburgh got the W. And it just staved off the chance of firing Mike Tomlin for the moment. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. I know Mike Tomlin's not going to get fired. And I know the only other way he's going to go is if he waives his no trade clause. And I don't think Mike Tomlin's going to waive that clause. Unless it gets really, really bad. And he'll say, hey, you know what? Fuck this. I'm waiving my clause. Trade me to wherever the fuck. Trade me somewhere.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't see that occurring. And the Lions schedule is basically the Rams tomorrow. Then you have against the Steelers on Sunday on the 21st, Christmas Day in Minnesota. And then your possible candidate for a Sunday night finale, Lions-Bears, probably a win and in situation. Because I'll say my candidates for that game is either going to be Lions Bears in a win-it-in situation. I'll say Tampa and Carolina for the division, and whoever loses is going to be eliminated from contention. And maybe Denver and maybe Chargers Broncos, which that one could be for the division. Winner gets division, losers getting a wild card spot.
Yeah, and speaking of the West, they, if the Rams lose tomorrow to the Lions and the Niners win, and the Seahawks most likely will win because they're facing Colts, and I think that defense will dominate.
Oh, yeah, they're going to dominate because literally if Daniel Jones had not got injured, that would have been a very good game. It would have been like a sleeper good game. But now now it's a bloodbath.
Pretty much, yeah. And Phillip Rivers is starting.
Yeah, that's why I said Phillip Rivers has been on the couch for a long, long time. And there's going to be a lot of rust on him.
Yeah, I mean, he was a coach. He was coaching and still being a little active and all, but this is the NFL. You just can't come off the couch just like that and expect to do.
Yeah, you expect to be back to what you were with the Chargers. No, it doesn't work like that now. And the 49ers schedule is not that bad. They have an easy schedule. They only have one tough game, which is Chicago. And that's about it. And then the end could be – well, actually, I'll put this for another candidate for a Sunday night finale. Seahawks, 49ers, which could be – who would – let's say if one of them gets – there could be either Seattle could have to get their division, or it could be the determining, okay, both would get in the playoffs, but now you're just determining seeding. Who's going to be 5? Who's going to be 6?
Yeah, it could be.
Because that would be the next one that could occur there. But this is going to be a very interesting race. Who's going to get in? Who's not going to be able to get in? But the NFC North is getting very tight. The West is getting very, very tight. Even the AFC division with the Jags is getting a little tight too, even though they both split already. But
that's just down to the Jags and the Texans.
Yeah, that is because the Texans have been playing ever since they got that comeback win over the Jaguars. They've been playing lights out. City. They've beaten Buffalo. If they use that same formula, then I don't know how far they'll be able to go in the playoffs. That's the thing. Now, as far as they've been making it is to a divisional. Now, can they finally get over that hump and possibly go to their first AFC championship? We'll wait and see what occurs, how Houston does. And it's also going to depend if Houston's a 7 or maybe a 6. But if Houston can keep using the same formula they're doing, then they can get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, their defense is good. Look at Baltimore back in the day. They won the Super Bowl with their defense.
Yeah.
I mean, their quarterback was Trent Dilfer. He ain't all that.
No, Trent Dilfer was an okay quarterback, but they had a good defense with Ray Lewis.
And that's what made him win. Got to the Super Bowl winning. You know what they say? Defense wins championships.
Oh, yeah, that is the truth. I believe in that old adage, defense wins championships. Because look what happened. Didn't the Eagles, how they beat the Chiefs? Well, that was a whole team effort, basically.
You ask me, they should have been the Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, they should have, because I said that was a hard definition to pick an MVP. I said if it were me, I'd pick the whole team as the whole MVP because that was a whole team effort. I couldn't really pick out a single guy. I said if it were me, if you had to pick out a single person, I probably would have said Cooper DeJean.
Yeah, or that defensive line.
Yeah, that's what I would have leaned toward. I would have said if it were me, I would have said probably Cooper DeJean because he played his ass off in that Super Bowl.
He sure did, and he scored a touchdown on his birthday.
Yeah, that's why I said he would have been more of the Super Bowl MVP, but I know they had to go they went to Hurts. So I was like, all right, it is what it is. But like I said, I don't think we have that decision in it. That's the NFL's decision, but we'll wait and see who gets to the Super Bowl. And for anybody we should look out for that we'll have a good game this week in any of these games.
Yeah, it's playoff time, so I think Jahmyr Gibbs will have a good game against the Rams. I think Williams will have a good game against the Lions. Hold on, just had to schedule up. All right. I think Saquon Barkley have a big game tomorrow against the Raiders.
Okay.
Depending on the weather, A.J. Brown will have a big game as well. I think Burrow and Jamar Chase will have a big game tomorrow, and Chase Brown against the Ravens.
Okay.
Because the Ravens are free-falling.
Oh, yeah, they are.
I see Swift having a good game tomorrow against the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
I like Travis Etienne against the Jets this week.
He should do good because the Jets have now gone to their next quarterback. It's not Tyrod Taylor.
No, it's their third string. It's the first time. I never even heard of the guy.
Yeah, I never heard of this dude anyway. I never heard of this guy. I was like, wow, okay. So I know it already had them on the clock from the get-go.
Yeah, well, everyone had them on the clock when
that they're going to need down the road to get it done. But I already had it done. So, alrighty. So our first game.
Got a couple more.
Okay.
I like Jackson Dart against the Commanders this week.
Okay.
I like both running backs from Carolina against the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Seahawks defense against the Colts.
Yeah.
And if he plays, Christian McCaffrey against Tennessee.
Okay. Yeah, because I did hear he got hurt, so I hope he does play. If he's out, I don't think one game against the Titans is not going to hurt them. It's not like this was like, I know it's not like a major game yet, but it shouldn't hurt them.
No, it shouldn't.
Yeah. Okay, so first game we got is the Cardinals and the Texans. Who you got?
Cardinals and Texans. Give me the Texans.
Yeah, I'm taking the Texans too. The defense has been playing outstanding. They're going to get to Jacoby Brissett. I can see Woody Marks having a good game. Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, and that defense getting to Jacoby Brissett. I'm going to say this on the Cardinals. I think Rich Gannon's going to get fired this year, and I don't think Kyler Murray is going to be back next year either.
Nah, he's probably done. I see them getting rid of Kyle Murray too.
Yeah.
I mean, Brissett's been playing better. They'll probably re-sign Brissett to make him his officially the full-time starter.
Yeah, I could see it because Jacoby was putting up good numbers. He was playing good. It's just now, I know right now the Cardinals need is a coach that could find a way how to use Marvin Harrison the right way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look how Brissett's using Wilson.
Yeah.
Every time he started, Wilson's having like over 100-yard games and stuff. That should be Marvin Harrison. I know he's injured, but I mean, use a top 4 pick on a guy like that. Mm-hmm. He should be your focus and on the offense. I think Murray just didn't get him like under a good package for Murray coming back. They'll probably get like a 2nd-round pick, maybe a first for a desperate team.
Yeah, I would see that. Yeah, they would need that.
And they don't have a run game either, but the Texans D is solid. They're up there. It's tough against throw on them and everything. So you can run on them, but passing is a whole different story.
That is, I wouldn't try to pass on that Texans defense because literally they picked off Mahomes, they picked off Josh Allen, and right now how they're playing, at the rate it's going, Texans going to have to win out, and then they're going to have to hope Jacksonville loses a game or two or whatever in order to get that division. I think Texas still get in. It probably may be a 6 or a 7, but we'll wait and see what occurs. I'm going to take.
That game's in Houston, right?
Yeah, that game is in Houston.
Okay.
Yeah, this game is in Houston. I'd stay in the desert too, but I'll take the Texans. They have the Texans at 10-point favorites. You taking those points?
Jeez.
Hey, this thing could change by tomorrow. And I'm on Caesars. I don't know what it's on DraftKings and FanDuel, so.
Yeah, I'll take the Texans at home with minus the 10.
Yeah, I'll take that too. Over or under 42?
I'm going to say over.
Yeah, I'm taking over too because I can see the Texans putting up them points on their own. Next one we have is the Jets and the Jaguars.
The Jets and the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the Jaguars here.
Okay.
They've been doing good the past five weeks. Trevor Lawrence is actually looking like a first-round pick lately.
Yeah.
Travis Etienne's been running the ball really well, and the Jags defense is stepping up, and they're going on all cylinders. Everything for the Jags are going. The Jets, they're just trying to look for their next quarterback.
Yeah, they're already on the clock.
I think they found this quarterback they got at the Boston market.
I didn't know they still exist. Oh, yeah, there is still a Boston market. Yeah, there's one in Newark, and then there's still the one where I used to live in Glendora. They still have that one.
Exactly. It's like, who's this guy? And what was he at the stands at getting a beer? And he said, hey, do you like football?
Yeah, pretty much what it looked like. Yeah. Let me see. I'm going to take the Jags as well. Trevor Lawrence has been looking good. And when he made the playoff that time, I used to call him Sunshine from, if anybody ever watched Remember the Titans, he did look like Sunshine a little bit. And right now, Sunshine's doing pretty good right now. I can see him and Etienne having a good game. Defense, too, Foye Aluakon. And before we put in our points, even though I guess I do have a collision on, Tony Khan, you did the right call in putting the belts on Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale. Harley, if you listen to this podcast, congratulations.
Not really.
Who'd you want?
Well, it really wasn't that much of a choice. It was between her and Willow or the Lovers.
Well, I thought it was going to be the Lovers at first because I know how Tony Khan is. But then after that, Tony Khan made me look like an ass and swerved me.
I thought it should have been Bane and Shapiro. They were the stronger team. They dominated more.
Yeah, they did. But out of the choices I had, well, I could throw my obvious one, which was Ty J, because I'm getting over that. And I'm going to quote the words of Seth Joyner. I'm not going to have my blood pressure raised right now because of that.
She's either going to go to TNA or WWE.
Probably. Yeah, like I said, probably. If Anna does go to TNA.
NXT, not.
Yeah, let's say NXT. I don't think you want to put Anna on the main roster just yet.
Oh, no.
No, Anna would have to go to NXT.
They were going to put Maria May on the main roster, but she wanted to go to NXT.
Yeah.
Her name's Blake.
Like Monroe. Yeah, but you can still say Mariah May. I still say Mariah May. Sometimes I slip up with Moxley and still say Ambrose at times.
Oh, yeah. Which one do you like better? Maria May or Blake Monroe?
I like Mariah May better, to be honest with you.
Yeah. But there's a good reason why she goes by Blake Monroe, too.
Yeah.
She does it because of her niece.
Yeah.
After her niece's name, Blake.
Yeah. I understood that. Yeah, it's a family thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I just wanted to say was that. I just said to me because Harley is my second crush, and even though Anna's my number one, if Anna's not there anymore, she goes to TNA or WWE or NXT, Harley gets moved to one because my NXT current crush is Thea Hale. Thea would have to go to 2. If it's TNA, it's tied between – it actually would be Zaya because Zaya's a little cutie, so that would have to get moved up. If it gets to that point, I don't know yet what occurs.
You don't like Tessa Blanchard?
I do like Tessa.
But, they next time AEW goes, you're there all the time. Ask her for some, do the old school thing. Ask her for some coffee. Say, hey, your show doesn't start for another 8 hours. Why don't we go grab some coffee?
Harley actually has a boyfriend, and so she's in a private relationship. Well, it technically would have been a 4th when I had my sign up when I was sick at the time, but because there were a whole bunch of fans, I think Harley kind of knew. It was like, if I hug him, then everybody's going to start wanting to hug.
Can't hurt. What's the worst she could say? No.
No, Harley actually was the initiator in those hugs.
No, I mean you asking her if she wants to grab a bite.
Oh no, I don't think that would have hurt anything. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I know Harley is in a private relationship. She does have a boyfriend because I could say back what I used to see Harley as back then when the whole QTV segment was just a hot piece of ass, which she still is. But after that, when it got to Outcast, it was like, okay, nothing against Soraya. I'll say to this right now, out of the credit where Harley's at, we can give two people credit. QT Marshall for training her, and then the other is Soraya when they did the Outcast. Whatever Soraya saw in Harley, she decided to give her that edge and that push a little bit, and where we're at with Harley right now. Because the last thing we had Harley was the QTV segment, and then the infamous one with Bowens was the time when she thought Bowens was into her, and then Bowens was like, "Did a kangaroo hit you in the head? You seen my gear? You do know that I'm gay." And that was the whole infamous "he's gay" chant.
Who's gay? What?
Bowens.
Bowens.
Anthony Bowens.
Oh, yeah.
That one, where he did the whole emphasis with the Hall of Fame chant, "He is gay," which we all knew he was gay.
Right, yeah, he's come out and admitted.
Yeah, that was the whole thing, and that segment got a lot. That one with him and Harley, that time when Harley was doing that whole rap thing, saying that he was into her, and I was like, okay, Harley, you do not know that he is gay? But that was that.
One thing was, remember that storyline they did a couple of years ago with his tag team partner, Mr. I'm the best in the world.
Oh, yeah, Max Caster,
Max Caster, and he runs his mouth on the mic while he used to. He doesn't do that anymore.
Well, no, not anymore, because I don't know if it eventually will get back. Because I know the one rap he got in trouble for was on Julia Hart way back.
Right, but he had like a I guess Tony Khan was trying to make him do like a love thing that he was obsessed with. The way I took it was like how Mickey James was with Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
She came to appear and she kissed Trish. Thank God it didn't go that far that they had like MJF try to kiss Max Cat.
Yeah, he was obsessed with teaming with MJF at the time. I remember that one.
What the hell was that about?
I don't know what that was, because I think that was still when MJF was still a babyface at the time. But also there is another announcement, because I'm watching right now, is me and Rick Jackson in March, we're going to the big event in New York to meet Jamie Hayter, I think who's on Morocco, and they just announced two was Goldberg and Renee Paquette.
Well, don't ask her out. Moxley will kill you.
I've got enough fun with Renee. I said, I know I got to see how much Goldberg is, because he was there in November, and I said to people, I said, here's the thing. I don't do there has to be a balance with me with the cons. It has to be an equal balance. Okay, I can do a con, and there's also enough money for me to do football picks, because I have to have a balance where I know, hey, I'm at a good amount, then I could do both. But if I'm not at a good amount, then I've got to do one or the other. If it's the all season, it does not matter.
Right. Well, Rick's Jamie Hayter's girl. Right?
Yeah, I told him that on Thursday morning when it was my late day Wednesday was my late day. Wednesday was my late day, and I was checking to see, because I didn't know if I was going to go or not. I already knew that I was going to go to WrestleCon in Vegas in April, because they've already announced some of theirs already, which is Indy Hartwell, all three of the Dudley boys. This is Spike's first public appearance. Don Morocco, and I think that was it, and the Rockers, and the Rock and Roll Express.
Wait, did you say the Rockers?
I meant the Rock and Roll Express.
I was about to say, what, Sean's doing an appearance with Jannetty?
No, wrong one. The original tag team specialist. I was thinking of that because that was coming in my mind, but that's so far at the moment until they announce some more people who's going to come at the moment. But hey, this is Jamie's actually second public appearance ever since then, because I know she did one in North Carolina, and then I didn't know she was coming to New York. I was like, oh shit, actually now I do want to go, because I was just going to get was Reyes again. I was going to get Booker's, Kurt, and so far they have named, and I don't know who else is going to come there. So
did you say Sting?
Sting, I don't think is doing any more after that. I don't think without the paint. Without the paint, he's not doing it. So far they haven't said.
What's Kurt's? What's he asking for?
I don't know yet, because I know when Angle came here in Philadelphia, one for Icons, his was 100.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, because I know at the time I remember that con, because that's when Wardlow was there too, and he was charging 100. I was like, Hell no, I'm not paying a Wardlow $100. He's not worth that.
Oh, he thinks he's popular and big, and he really isn't.
No, yeah, but at that time, I wouldn't have said that he's at that rate. Now, I'm hoping is if they do bring Statlander there, I do owe her. Well, I actually owe two people a card right now and a gift card, which is Stat for beating Mercedes, Red Velvet for taking one of those belts away. Whoever gets that TBS title, that card bounty goes off. So that technically that bounty is still in effect.
What's Booker?
I'm trying to think how much did Booker cost at that time when he came to Philly. I think Booker cost like about maybe 75 or 60 when he came to Philly.
Really? That's cheap for a good wrestler like Booker?
I think he was 75 or 60. I can't remember. He was either 75 or 80 because I'm trying to think back to that con. Because I remember that's when I got Booker, Ruby Soho, SoCal Val, Fonzie, Izzy Marino. Remember the Bailey superfan, that little girl?
Yeah.
That was her. And then Dawn Marie.
She's doing appearances?
Yeah, she's doing appearances now. Yeah, she's in wrestling.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, she's wrestling. She's wrestling on the indies.
You think she would get a little bone and a little help from Bailey?
She did do Evolve once, but then she was in the ID tournament and Zeta Steel cost her.
Oh.
Because eventually I was thinking that would be down the road. That would be the funny thing is if she does go to WWE eventually and they do the storyline between her and Bailey. And then, yeah, you know how most people turn on their heroes and their idols. Remember the Incredibles when Syndrome was little, he looked up to Mr. Incredible. And then when he became an adult, he turned on him.
Right.
It could be something like that down the road if they ever decided, if she decides.
Oh, when I was a kid, I always wanted to be WWE.
Yeah, that was basically all of them. Let's see. So they have the Jags as 13.5 favorites.
Oh, we're still in this game?
Yeah, we never did, guys. I wanted to digress and go off topic for that. Yeah, we made our picks that Jacksonville was going to win straight up. The point spread is 13.5.
Holy shit.
Hey, it could change by tomorrow.
What, to 17.5?
Hey, this is not, it's still Saturday, so until once 1 o'clock hits, that's it.
I'm going to take the Jags minus the 13 due to the fact of this guy we don't even know, Mr. 7-Eleven.
Mr. 7-Eleven.
I'll take the Jags. The Jets are already on the clock. They're already scouting if they can get Archie Manning probably next year.
Oh, yeah. I think they probably are scouting for Archie right now. So I'm going to take the Jags with the 13.5 also. Over under 41 points.
I'm going to say over with the Jags getting over 30.
Yeah, I can see the Jags getting an over too. I'm going to take an over too. Next one we have is the Ravens and the Bengals.
Ravens and Bengals. Well, the Ravens have looked like shit the past 3 weeks.
Oh.
Lamar Jackson looks like someone stole his football identity, like one of the Monstars. But I like Joe Burrow here at home. He's looked good. Since they've been back, the Bengals have been putting up high points.
Yeah.
I think Jamar Chase will have a big game, and Chase Brown. I'd say Cincinnati will win it here.
Okay.
I think Joe Burrow's going to try to look for some fun because the Ravens really don't have much to attack you with, and Lamar Jackson looks like he's lost right now. And I know he's injured with a foot, but still, he just looks horrible.
Yeah. Derrick
Henry's their only main offense. Zay Flowers doesn't do nothing for you.
No.
I don't even know why they signed Mark Andrews for a 3-year deal.
I don't know why either. So I know he was trying to get his confidence back after dropping that pass in the divisional to the Bills, but I don't know why. But he was been struggling of late anyway.
Yeah, they don't even use him more. They go to Likely.
Yeah, they more than been going to Likely. Yeah. And
but yet they signed him to a 3-year extension.
Yeah. Like I said, this is more likely I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson has not been the same since that foot coming back from his foot injury. I don't know what's going on with him. Like you just said, I don't know. Did the Monstars take his talent? whatever occurred from some football. I don't know. The Bengals, but unfortunately, Josh Allen put the kibosh on that. He stopped it, and they gave it the good old college try. We're going to take the Bengals here. They get the upset win here, going to Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, even fortunately there is no T. Higgins. They're probably going to use Gesicki and Yoshivash even more. So I'm going to take the Bengals here. They had the Bengals as 2.5 underdogs.
Yeah, Bengals will cover.
Yeah, I see the Bengals covering that 2.5. Over or under 50?
I'm going to say under.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take an under too. If Lamar was healthy and at 100%, I would take an over. And number two, I don't know what the weather is like going to be in Cincinnati because now we're in the wintertime. Cincinnati does get very, very cold this time of the month, and it starts to snow down there too.
Right.
Well, here is a game that needs to be on Lifetime, the Cooking Channel, Hallmark, Nickelodeon, or I wish that AEW would do a special because I know 2 weeks from now, they're going to be doing tape dynamites because of Christmas because the wrestlers are taking a week off. They won't be back. The Smurfs versus the Commanders.
Snooze Fest 101.
Oh, yeah.
The Smurfs versus the Commanders. I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with the Smurfs here.
Okay.
They're playing at home.
Mm-hmm.
The Commanders just look lost. They just took a big blow in losing Ertz last week.
Yeah.
That hurt them big.
And then Jaden going down yet again.
Yeah, Jaden going down, they should just don't start him the rest of the year.
No.
Because he's starting to look like, no disrespect to RG3, but he's looking like he's getting all these injuries now.
Yeah, he is. Thank God he has not torn his Achilles, thank God, because that's what we said a year ago was don't RG3 this kid.
Right.
Because that was our fear of this whole thing. I said, he reminds me almost of RG3. I'm hoping they don't RG3 this kid.
Exactly. Dart, he's a two-way runner, and the team plays more upbeat when he's back there, and he gets the team pumped. And the Commanders, they couldn't even score on the Vikings.
No.
So, I like the Giants with the Smurfs here against the Commanders.
All right. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take the Giants as well too. Oh, that was hard for me to say with a straight face. Well, that was hard for me to say. Betting on them.
You're a little choked up about Zach Ertz over there.
No, I was a little choked up because I had to pick the Smurfs here, and it was a little tough. I had to do what my friend Wolf and I used to do when Wolf has always struggling picking the Jets. Same thing I had to take from him.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's the same way because I don't like picking them, and I have no choice. I'll take the Smurfs here too. I could see Dart having a good game going to Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary, Wan'Dale Robinson and Theo Johnson. And I could see Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns having a good game too. So I'm going to take the Smurfs in this one. They have the Smurfs as 2.5 favorites. You taking those points?
Yeah, I'm taking the points.
Yeah, I'll take the Smurfs with the 2.5 also. Over or under 46?
I'm going to go over 46.
You say over? I'm going to take an under here because I don't know what the weather conditions are going to be. That is because we're not that far from the state of New Jersey.
I'll take an under then.
Yeah, because I don't know what the conditions are going to be, and if it's very really bad, I don't know. Like they said, I don't know if we're getting this snow or not. If it's just rain and just a mix, all right, then the field's just going to be a little bit slick. And MetLife's field is not the best because a lot of people have suffered a lot of injuries on that field. So I'll take an under, and I hope to God that this does not turn into a Nationals and a – what baseball team would you consider the Giants? Mets, Yankees?
Pirates.
So you put them as the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they do okay, but they can't. They don't do enough.
Okay.
Like the Pirates are just like that gnat that lingers around you.
Yeah.
That is like pestering you and pestering you, and then after a while you just get tired of it. You just like clamp it with both your hands to kill it. That's what the Pirates. That's what they are.
Oh.
They don't want to make themselves better, and they are okay with being a losing organization.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's where I put it. Oh, well, did you want me to compare them to a New York team?
I didn't know. I said, which New York team would you have put it as? That's why I laughed when I said Pirate. When you said Pirates. Hey, that's what you said. Which New York would you expect them to be? Because, yeah, if the Giants
would. Probably the Mets.
Okay. Bunch of hype, don't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, they spend to try to get guys that aren't that good, and then they always have it like their defense.
Yeah.
Everybody was worried about their defense going to be so good this year, and then their defense hasn't done shit.
No, it hasn't. Well,
especially when they drafted Carter with the second or third overall pick.
Yeah.
And then their offense looks like trash, but then a couple games they look okay. So, yeah, I put them as the Mets.
Okay.
They just spend here and there on okay players and don't come through at the end.
Okay.
Which is good because I'm a Philly guy.
Yeah, same here. We both like the Phillies. I'd say hockey-wise, we can do both because I would say I hope it don't turn to the Capitals and the – for a New York team, which hockey team would you say the New York Giants would be?
The Islanders.
Okay, they answered that question.
Yeah.
That takes care of both questions.
Yeah, the Islanders.
So I take it the Jets would be the New York Rangers then, and the Yankees.
No, not really.
Okay.
I would still. I would give them. I would give the Jets, the Islanders as well.
Okay.
And none of the New York teams are Yankees.
No. Okay.
They're all more like Mets.
Okay, so both would be.
At least the Yankees have been in the playoffs and World Series.
Well, yeah, most of those 28s have been obtained by cheating and steroids.
Right, but the Mets haven't done jack diddly shit.
No, trust me, and I didn't like in 2000 when it was an all New York World Series. I hated that.
Exactly.
I hated that Subway Series so much, and it was one of my friends in elementary school loved it because, she was a Yankees fan. The state of New York's getting one. New York was the winner in that whole damn series.
Yeah.
That's why I hated that one so much. All right, now on to some good football. Bills Patriots.
Oh, this one's gonna be good. Can the Patriots sweep the Bills, or can the Bills fight to stay alive to try to win the AFC East?
Yes.
I'm going to go with New England here at home.
Okay.
Because they have a lot on the table where if they beat Buffalo at home and sweep them, they win the AFC.
Yeah, they primarily would get their division, yeah.
And, the Bills, they're Jekyll and Hyde. Against Cincinnati where, it was a shootout in the snow, which was all. That might be an emotional game, and the Patriots, I believe, were off on a bye.
Yeah, the Patriots had a bye. They did not play. They had a bye. Yeah,
so they're sitting there and they're preparing. So they had like 10 days to prepare for this game. So I like New England here. Mike Grayburrow will get his boys ready.
Okay.
They will contain, and they'll probably look at the tape of what Houston did to contain Josh Allen a lot.
This one, I'm actually going to take the Bills here. I'm going to say my reasons being is, even though New England had that bye, this would be more of a humble loss. New England is good, but I think Buffalo would just humble them. So, close. I could see this more likely being decided by either Josh Allen gets a touchdown himself, or he throws to either Knox or Kincaid, or it could be by Matt Prater, because when they went for it on fourth down, Cincinnati didn't even know what the hell was going on.
Right.
They were like, wait a minute, what happened? What just happened? He just went for it? Because it was like a fast snap, and they didn't even know what happened.
Exactly.
So I'm going to take the Bills here. They get the win here in a humble. This is a humble. I think New England's still going to be good. They probably going to take a loss. They're going to absorb it, and this is just them just getting humbled here. So I'm going to take the Bills. Since you are taking the Patriots, they have the Patriots as 1.5 underdogs.
Yeah, Patriots will cover.
Okay. I'll take the Bills cover the 1.5 points. Over or under 48?
I want to say under 48.
Say under? I'm going to take over. I think this one could be a shootout. Because if it's cold in the snow, both of those teams know how to play good in the snow. And we already saw one good shootout last week. We probably might get another good shootout here again. Next one.
Sure.
Good.
Yeah, true. I agree with you.
Good.
That, depending on the weather.
Like I said, we're nowhere near Massachusetts in Boston, but I know, hey, during this time of the month, it starts to get really chilly down there. And this is the time of the month it does start to snow down there. So that's why I said there might be some snow games here. Well, we don't know about this one come tomorrow. Raiders-Eagles.
Raiders-Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to win this game.
Okay.
I think it's going to be on Barkley and the defense. The Raiders just are awful. So, yeah. Not much I can say for what we talked about the Eagles. They just pissed me off. But hopefully they get back on the win column. And, yeah, I think Barkley's going to have a huge game here. And I think the defense will win it for the Eagles. So, yeah, I'm taking the Birds here. The Raiders, they're already on the clock.
Oh, yeah. And you already know you're dealing with Kenny Pickett. So I say the Eagles
get up. Kenny knows the offense. He could tell the Raiders what to look for. They have been playing tough.
Yeah, they have been. And there's the one thing is Pete Carroll had owned you guys since when he was with Seattle. I think this is the first time for everything. This is the Eagles finally exercise a demon and finally get a win over Pete Carroll this year. So I'll take the Eagles with this one with Hurts going to Saquon Barkley. AJ has a good game. I'm going to say Smitty and Goddard, and that defense gets the job done here. So I'm going to take the Eagles in this one. They have your Eagles as 12.5 favorites.
I'm going to take the Eagles to cover because the weather conditions and defense should do enough to contain the Raiders. So, yeah, I think the Eagles cover.
Yeah, I think the Eagles cover that 12.5, or barring Sunday if it doesn't go up to 14. Because, again, this is still Saturday right now. Again, this could change by tomorrow. So I'm going to take the Eagles cover that 12.5. Over or under 38?
I'm going to say under.
I'm actually going to take an under in this too, because pending on conditions. Because if it was going to be like a nice day, just a cold day, then I can say the Eagles could get that 38 on their own. But pending with this weather, we don't know what we're getting tomorrow. If it's snow, rain, sleet, or whatever, I'm going to take an under. Next one we got is the Browns and the Bears.
The Browns and the Bears. Oh, my. Battle of the Bees. I'm going to take those Cubby Bears.
Okay.
They're going to bounce back after last week and get back on track. Cleveland really playing for much except for draft position.
Yeah.
And the Bears need this because they're going to get the Packers and all. So I say the Bears, but they're at home, so they want to play good for the fans. So yeah, I'll say the Bears here.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the Bears here too. They want to bounce back from that loss against Green Bay. They'll probably get Roma Dunze back. He's questionable, so I don't know if he is going to play or not. If he doesn't, they should beat Cleveland. This is going to be a little bit of a tough one for them because Cleveland does have a defense, and Myles Garrett could get to Caleb Williams. But if I've not, I could still see them win this game going to Swift and Monungai and going to DJ Moore. And I can see CJ GJ have a good game as well, too. So I'm going to take the Bears. They have the Bears at 7.5 favorites taking those points.
Yeah, I'll take the points with the Bears.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the Bears covered at 7.5. Over or under 38.
I'm gonna say under 38.
Yeah, I'm gonna take an under too because Cleveland does have a defense. Yeah, Cleveland's got a defense. I'm gonna take an under too. Next one we got is Chargers Chiefs.
Chargers Chiefs playing in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
The Chiefs need this. Justin Herbert, depending on that hand, he won with his legs last week, but the Chiefs will probably be ready. I'm going to take the Chiefs here.
Okay.
They need it. They're desperate. They're on the ropes, and the Chargers are hurting. Like I said, with Herbert and he really didn't do too much against the Eagles.
No, he really didn't. It was more of the run game, and it was more of the defense for the Chargers.
Exactly. And that offensive line's banged up pretty bad, and they gave up 7 sacks to the Eagles. But I'm going to take the Chiefs here.
Okay.
It'll be a close game.
Yeah, I see it being a close game here. Yeah, I know week 1 we said that the Chargers started in Brazil and ended and get the sweep here in an upset. And I could see this more being if the Chargers saw the blueprint what the Texans did, I could see Herbert using his legs, Vidal having a good game, and I could see the defense getting to Mahomes. So I'm going to take the Chargers here in an upset. Since you are taking the Chiefs, they have the Chiefs as 6-point favorites.
Who is the 6-point favorite?
The Chiefs.
Damn, really?
Yeah, they had them as the favorites here. Because I think probably because it's in KC, and like you said, the Chiefs right now are desperate because they got to win, and they're going to have to get a lot of help.
I'll take the Chargers with the points.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take the Chargers covered at 6 with the underdog points. Over or under 41 points?
I'll say over.
Yeah, I'm going to take an over too because these close game situations, they've only won 1 so far, and that was against the Colts in overtime. And if it has to get close again, that's going to be all she wrote. So I'm going to take the Chargers and the 49ers.
Titans and 49ers. I want to take San Francisco here.
Okay.
If McCaffrey plays.
Let me see.
If McCaffrey, because I know he's questionable because he got, like you said, he got injured, I guess, in practice or late.
Yeah, he got injured. Well, they say he is expected to play.
Yeah, I'll take the 49ers here at home. Tennessee, I was surprised they won last week against Cleveland.
Yeah, I was shocked. Yeah, I'm shocked they got the win. Shador was almost looking good until a failed 2-point conversion.
Yeah, well, he did throw for 3 touchdowns and over 300 yards, though.
Yeah, he did.
But, yeah, give me the 49ers here. I think McCaffrey's going to run all over them.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take the 49ers as well, too. McCaffrey has a good game. I'll say Pearsall, Kittle, barring he hadn't get his surprise BJ from Bailey that day, if he plays good. I'm trying to think who else is there. I said Kittle, Pearsall, and Juwan Jennings, and I could think the defense will do its job against Cam Ward. So I'm going to take the 49ers. They have the 49ers as 12.5 favorites. You taking those points?
12. That's pretty high.
Yeah, there's been a lot of high spreads this week.
Yeah, it's like a lot of double digits spread.
Y'all had one. I think because y'all had one. The Jags had one. Houston had one. And I think this is the last of the double. No, there's another double-digit spread event. Yeah, there's another one. 2 games coming up.
Everyone take the unders. Everyone take the unders. Yeah, give me they'll cover.
Okay. All right, yeah, I'll take the Niners. They covered at 12.5. Over or under 44?
I'm gonna say over.
Yeah, I'm gonna take an over too. Yeah, because literally, I think the Niners could put up those points on their own. Because Tennessee's already on the clock. I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do. They're gonna have to find some weapons.
They're going to need some of the players from remembering the Titans.
Yeah.
No one's going to remember this Titans.
I ain't going to remember this Titans. And I want this one to be a bad memory. This one's a bad memory here. All right, so this one is CBS's game of the week, the Packers and the Broncos.
Packers and Broncos. I'm going to go with Denver here due to the fact that Josh Jacobs might not play in this game because of his knee.
Dang.
And Denver at home. The Packers are like 1-11, I think, in Denver.
Oh yeah, Packers don't do good in Denver.
Nah, and without it's going to be a defensive battle, and I see the Broncos pulling it off here at home. So, yeah, give me Denver here.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Broncos, too. It's at home. I could see R.J. Harvey having a good game, and R.J. Harvey probably more, and Cortland Sutton. And I could see Singleton and McMillan getting to Jordan Love. So I'm going to take the Broncos here. They have the Broncos as 1-point underdogs.
Yeah, they'll cover.
Yeah, they'll cover the 1 point.
I'll say under 42.
I actually be a defensive battle, a good defensive battle. I don't think this is going to turn into the Rockies versus the Brewers.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I don't think it will be like that. Next one is good.
The Rockies stink.
Oh God, the Rockies suck. The only thing that's good that came out of Colorado so far is the Avalanche and the Denver Nuggets. That's the only 2 good things out of there.
What was that?
Oh, sorry. I said the only good thing sports-wise for Denver, the state of Colorado right now, is the Avalanche and the Denver Nuggets right now.
That is correct. And the Broncos.
Oh, yeah, and the Broncos, too. I'm just saying besides the Broncos, yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah, because we said the Colorado Rockies suck.
They sure do.
Yeah, they're going to be sucking next year, too, so.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next one is Fox's America's Game of the Week. Lions-Rams.
Lions and Rams, that is a good one. I want to take the Rams here at home. The Lions will put up points, but their defense will probably let them down due to the fact they have a lot of injuries and all in the defensive backfield. So I'll say the Rams here. Stafford throws for like 3 touchdowns and all.
Yeah, I can see that. I'm going to take the Rams as well, too. I could see Stafford having like a career game, him going to Kyron Williams, Blake Corum, Puka Nacua, his favorite target, Devontae Adams, Higbee, and I can see Jarrett Verse getting to Jared Goff. The Lions will put up a fight and put up some points, but their secondary with Brian Branch out and their defense having those injuries, it's not going to be enough to get the job done. So I'm going to take the Rams. They have the Rams as 6-point favorites.
Yeah, the Rams should win this.
Yeah, I see the Rams covering at 6 points. Over or under 55. This would be a shootout, and I wouldn't be shocked this would go to an OT or decided by a field goal by what's the name of the Lions kicker? I'm not the Lions kicker or the Rams kicker. I got to see what the name of the Rams kicker. I'm forgetting what his name is. I got to think. Joshua Carty. So that's what I could probably see that getting settled by. Next one we have is the Colts and the Seahawks.
This is easy. Seahawks.
Oh, yeah. Same here.
That defense is like licking. Like they're like sharks in the water and smell blood. They're circling and they're waiting to strike, and then everyone gets a limb.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take Seahawks too. I'm going to take the Seahawks too. Literally, the defense. I can see Smith and Jigba having a good game, Charbonnet having a good game, and Kenneth Walker and Darnold. And I can see D-Law getting to Phillip Rivers. So I'm going to take the Seahawks. They have the Seahawks as 13.5 favorites.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. I can see the Seahawks covering that. Over or under 41?
I want to say under.
You say under?
Yeah.
I'm going to say over because Seattle does put up points good against a very bad team. And right now, unfortunately, the Colts are a very bad team because of Daniel Jones being out. So I am going to take an over in this one. Next one we got is the Carolina Panthers and the New Orleans Saints.
What was that last one?
Carolina Panthers and New Orleans Saints.
Give me the Panthers. They're fighting for a division. They're indoors, and we saw what happened last time, and Young was indoors. Threw for 400 yards.
Yeah.
Saints, they're playing for pride and just playing for, just to say, that they're a good football team, I guess.
Yeah, because they pulled the upset over Tampa, which nobody saw.
Yes, they did. Yeah, that was an upset last week. They did pull that off.
Yeah, because Otten wouldn't have been short. Yeah, I said, even though he caught it, he was short when he put himself down, when he gave himself up.
Who's the quarterback?
No, Cade Otten when he caught the ball from Baker.
Oh, yeah. I'll take Carolina here with that run game and Young inside the door. Kamara's out again, but again, he hasn't done much this year. And they just got a lot of no-names on offense besides Chris Olave.
Yeah.
It's like Chris Olave and the picker-uppers.
Yeah, so I'm going to take the Panthers. They get their revenge from that loss early on between those two. They now have first place in their division after Tampa Bay lost to Atlanta. This is the opportunity right now that Carolina needs. Get the win. You're going to be even more. And then you just have to worry about Tampa Bay next week for that battle for the division to keep it, because you don't want to get caught into a trap game or a fuck you game right here, which this is basically is. Now, I don't want to see is bipolar. I want to see this being a bipolar Panthers. So I want to see Carolina get the win here. I say they get the win here with Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowell and Tatoria McMillan. And I can see the defense getting to Tyler Show with some turnovers in the secondary. So I am going to take the Panthers here. They have the Panthers as 3-point favorites. You taking those points?
Yeah, I'm taking the points.
Okay. I'll take the Panthers with the 3 points as well. Over or under 40?
I'm going to go over.
Okay. I'm going to take an over in this one as well, too. Next is our Sunday night game. We have the Vikings and the Cowboys.
Vikings and Cowboys, I hate to say it, but I think Dallas will win at home.
Okay. I'd say we win at home, keeping our playoff of hope somewhat alive. Oh, God, Mercedes Monet is out. That just made my night. So I'm going to take the Cowboys in this one with Dak going to Javonte Williams. CeeDee Lamb's going to play because he cleared concussion protocol. Him going to him, Lamb, Pickens, and Ferguson. And Ryan Flannery, if he does get another opportunity, I would like to see him get more than Jalen Tolbert. I could see the defense getting to McCarthy with Quentin Williams, and that's about it, because I'm hoping in the end of all this, once the season is over, even though Diggs is not playing, even though he did practice, they say he put him back on IR. I'm hoping to God at the end of this offseason, just cut Trayvon Diggs and just cut your losses.
Yeah, it seems like that's what they're going to do next year.
That's why I said I'm not going to be shocked in this if they do that. If it has to get to that point, which is cut your losses, just take the hit, and if you need to get the money to get George Pickens, use that money if it has to go to that point. And I know there probably might be some restructuring too with Dak and CD restructuring their contracts if it gets to that point, which I think it more likely will get to that point. So I'm going to take the Cowboys in this one. They have the Cowboys as 5.5 favorites. You taking those points? Joe, you there?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you could hear me. I said, okay, they got the Cowboys as 5.5 favorites.
I'm gonna take Minnesota with the points.
Okay, so you say Minnesota gets the underdog points. Okay.
Yeah.
I say Dallas covers that 5.5 at home. They cover the 5.5 at home. So I'd say they cover that. Over or under 47?
I'm gonna say over 47.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take an over in that one as well too.
How shocking is that Justin Jefferson has only had 2 touchdowns this year?
Oh yeah, that's a shocker. I thought I know McCarthy was a rookie, and I thought at least maybe McCarthy would try to get something, but at least I know next year he's going to have a full season without getting injured. If he can stay healthy, let's see how he goes. I can't determine yet he's going to be a bust.
Well, so far he looks like a bust. I mean,
yeah, right now he's looking like a bust, but I don't know how it's going to be next year. And I know is pretty soon if anybody's got collision on, be prepared for a very good matchup. I'll say this: if anybody's got HBO Max or missed that Dynamite, I'll give one match to recommend. Kyle Fletcher, Speedball Mike Bailey was a damn good match. That was a banger of a match.
Yeah, it was. I was surprised it was that good.
I was shocked that was a good match. And right now you're going to have Mike Bailey take on Kevin Knight right now. And I think it might equal that match.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
That one on Wednesday was pretty awesome.
It was because I thought it was going to go to a draw.
Yeah, they hit that minute mark, and then Bailey pulled that. I thought Fletcher was going to win that match.
I thought too. I thought Fletcher was going to beat him in the beginning, but I was thinking, hey, if this thing goes to a draw, that wouldn't be bad. And I know there are some people out there that don't like draws. I said I don't have a problem with the draw in wrestling because it's more intrigue to it. Like with the TV title back in WCW, which was okay, you have this amount of time to beat the champ. If you can't beat him, the champ holds onto the belt via a draw. And then there's another step. Then you got to add, okay, well, can't beat him the first time due to the time limit. Now there's other factors into it, like with Kyle, with Danny and Adam Cole. That was a very good series with it, which was, okay, the first time they had the title match, outside interference. Okay, now we're going to do it a second time. Everybody's banned from ringside. It's going to be a straight up one-on-one match. We had a draw. Then at Dynasty, it was no time limit, no interference. We must have a winner, sudden death. I don't mind those kind of matches.
Yeah, those kind of matches are pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, should be an entertaining game, hopefully, what you would think.
Yeah.
Your team, you got a pretty high offense, but your defense...
It's piss poor.
Yeah.
I know the defense is piss poor. Like I said, I know next year, I said to everybody I think the Cowboys will be set next year if they could get... I don't want Matt Eberflus there. I want him gone. So whomever they get next year for a coordinator, I don't know, whomever, see what they could do with this defense, with the pass rush, with the secondary. Stop doing zone, go to man, because Eberflus does not like going to man. He does too much zone. All righty. Our final game is our Monday nighter, the Dolphins and the Steelers.
Dolphins and Steelers. Oh, my.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm going to take the Dolphins here. They're on a pretty good win streak here.
Okay.
Steelers, they got no T.J. Watt due to that lung puncture and that surgery he had.
Yeah.
They got no run game.
No.
They still don't have someone that can help out DK Metcalf. And the Dolphins are looking to try to make the playoffs here late.
Okay.
So, of course, they'll need a lot of help.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot of help. Yeah, basically, they need some help.
But I think HI will have a big game here Monday night, running and passing, and Waddle should have a big game as well. So I say Dolphins here.
I'm actually going to go with Pittsburgh here because Tua does not do good in cold weather games. And I know last week was the Jets, but because of the conditions of what happens on Sunday, and I know Monday is going to be very, very cold, I am actually going to take the Steelers. That calf. And whomever's on that deep, take the Steelers here. Since you are taking the Dolphins, they have the Dolphins as 3-point underdogs.
How much are they getting? 3?
3. Yeah, they gave them 3.
Yeah, I'll take the Dolphins with the 3.
Okay. I'm going to take Pittsburgh covers that 3 points over or under 42.
I won't say over 42.
You're going to say over? I'm going to say under because of the conditions. Because I don't know how it's going to be this Monday because I know it's going to be very cold. And then I don't know what Monday is going to be if we're getting snow up or whatever because still we're all, even though that's upper Pennsylvania there, but I think I'm going to take an under 42 on this one. All right. Before we end, what games should we look forward to?
Games that we should look to. There are some good ones. Well, of course, there is the Lions and the Rams game.
Mm-hmm.
There is the Bills and the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Green Bay and Denver.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City Chargers.
Okay.
And I guess Cincinnati, Baltimore.
Okay. I would. That's like a toss-up there because I know both our records are not that good right now, and I know Cincinnati is just doing everything in their power to literally try to get a playoff spot, and still you're still viable for the division because technically they are not mathematically eliminated. They technically can still get their division even at 9 losses because that division is so bad. So I was saying that one. I'm gonna call that game a toss-up. That's more of a toss-up there. Bills Patriots. I want to see. This is going to be is Josh Allen going to get his revenge over the Patriots? That's what I want to know. Or is Drake May and them going to prove, hey, that this first one, hey, we are the real deal when we beat them. This was not a fluke, and we're not winning just because we have an easy schedule. So that's going to be a good game. Chiefs Chargers. That's going to be a good one, which is saying basically is. Will the Chargers get the final stab wound in when they sharpened that knife and started in Brazil? And now there's the possibility they could sweep the Chiefs and finish it all and drag that knife even further into the heart, literally into the Chiefs. That'll be that one. Packers Broncos, I think, is going to be a good one. That's going to be a defensive battle. Lions Rams is going to be a good game. And that's about it. So before we end and I call it a night and bid adieu, it's just been enough time for talk. It's time for kickoff. I'm Dave Walker with Joe Law, and we'll see you on the field. Good night, everybody.
Good day, good sports.
All righty. I'll see you around, Joe. I'll talk to you tomorrow, bud.
All right, you too, man. Talk to you later.
Later, man.
All right.
Bye. Is it more of... I didn't say it was a fluke. I'll say that. I think it's more of